The first duty of a man is to think for himself. Every election cycle brings out the beast in us. Every day, it's becoming clearer that our democracy in Nigeria is like a jungle where the will of the powerful and vicious minority prevail over us. And this is bad for our democracy. Hello everyone, you are welcome to my platform. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Ifeanyi Chukwani, and on today's episode, I want us to talk about the Independent National Electoral Commission, the INEC, and the 2023 election. I want us to talk about the fact that there are a lot of registered underage voters. I want us to talk about the fact that some INEC ad hoc staff are compromised. I want us to talk about the unavailability of PVCs, that's the permanent voters card for those that have registered. Let's get down to business. Nothing gives the government power than the silence of the people. If we keep quiet, they will keep rigging the election. It is obvious, even to the blind, that thousands, if not millions of underage voters have their PVCs and they are going to vote in this 2023 election. The problem I'm having with this, that made me make this video, is that there are a lot of adults that registered here in the South that had their registrations invalidated. At the same time, when kids in the North had theirs validated and can vote. The problem I'm having with this is that this 2020 election is like an election that will determine the destiny of Nigeria. I want to show you a video and some pictures so you see this for yourself.
All right, Mr. Oshoma, this video we've seen, if we can all agree that they wore face masks and it was a recent video, what happened in Kano State, if we can all agree on that fact, and we can all agree as well that underage voting is against the laws of Nigeria's constitution, who then will be prosecuted for this?
Nobody. Nobody would be, but a lot of people should have been prosecuted. You start with, INEC that allowed underage voters. But the ad hoc staffs would say that they were compelled to. And when you were compelled to, and then you get back to the office, what did you do?
I know you are not happy seeing those videos and pictures of underage registered voters in the INEC database. But let me tell you something. Nigeria has a history of dodgy elections. Kano State Electoral Commission conducted the local government election. And then the next day, the chairman of the commission, I think Professor Garba Sheka, announced that the ruling party won all the 44 local government chairmanship positions and the 484 councillorship seats in the state. This is an election where 24 other political parties participated in. You know what this means? There was no election in Kano. And to add more salt to the injury, I would say this. It is as if there is a homegrown democracy in Nigeria where the winner takes it all. Any election that is being conducted, the ruling party would always win. One of the former INEC commissioner said, there are areas in the north where even if they know that the person is a kid, they will insist he will vote. In his word, he said he had to run away for his life when in one of the polling centers he insisted that the kids would not vote, and the people came out and said if the kids would not vote, there wouldn't be an election. Do you think there's any difference this 2020 election is going to make? Because 2023 has a lot of surprises for us. I'm making this video because the Electoral Act and the Constitution of Nigeria says that a citizen must be 18 years and above before he can vote. But with what we have seen so far, it's as if there are two laws in Nigeria, one for the South and one for the North. The presence of underage registered voters in the INEC database shows that the system has been compromised. And there's a problem. So far, over 69% newly registered voters in Bayelsa has been invalidated, and over 60 in Ebonyi. At the same time, where the same thing is happening over there in the north, but the INEC are asking Nigerians to review, object, and wait for those in the north to be invalidated. Can you see that the system is So there's a problem here. There's a dangerous precedent that the INEC is setting for the 2023 election, because based on the data, there are more newly invalidated votes in the south and only 13% in the north.
But there is something that is causing a bit of a stir online, and you see a lot of pictures that have surfaced. Those people who are saying there are discrepancies as far as the voter register is concerned. And I think the essence of the claims and objection is simply this: so that if you find anything that is wrong, you might be able to object to it. Let me show you some of the pictures that have surfaced. There are people that have put them forward to say, what is INEC up to? Look at these people. These are obvious underage who are, on INEC register. How can this happen? What exactly is going on? Mr. Okoye, is this people less than 18 years allowed to vote in this election? If you look at the faces that are captured there, these are definitely less than 10-year-olds.
The truth about the underage voters on the INEC database is simply because the system is compromised and allowed people under the age of 18 to register. And the problem here is that the 2023 election will determine if Nigeria goes up or if it's going down, if it will continue down the hill. The awareness, the technology, the investment has been made. The youth have actually made a stand. They have sacrificed their time and resources and have chosen the leader that they believe will move the country forward. And I need to say that INEC need to be very careful and understand that they can't take Nigerians for a ride, because Nigerians now know better than they knew in 2015 and 2019 election, where children were allowed to vote in the north and other parts and in some areas in the south. Children must not vote. One person must not vote more than once. And finally, I have this bitter belief that in Nigeria, the end justifies the means. Nobody cares about the process. Come 2023, the underage registered voters will remain in the database and they will likely vote and nothing will happen. But we owe it to ourselves and to the generations to come to hold INEC responsible. I don't think there is any political party that can actually interfere in this except INEC permits it. Thank you guys for watching. Kindly like, share and subscribe. Catch you up next week. Bye.